Hey, I know no one's here, and I just wanted to let you know I was going to do a Q&A with Dylan tonight, but as I said, he's a great dad, and his sons had a game, a game change today, and they had to go to it. So they're still in the car driving home, and he won't be home till like 10 tonight. So I said, now let's just reschedule it. So that's what's happening for anyone that's wondering. Hey, hi, Bridge. How are you? I'm just letting everybody know, Dylan couldn't come tonight. I'm sorry. Um, he has two sons, and they were in a game, and the game got switched till today. So he's still in the car on the way home, and we figured by the time he gets home, he won't be home till 10 tonight. So that's too late. It's not too late for me, but it's too late for him because he's got to get up at 5 in the morning. Hey, hi, Style Audit. Good to see you. Hi, Anne Marie. All right. Well, I figured we'll just chat about whatever. I was going to do a Q&A with Dylan because we did that. We did the interview with Dylan, but then both he and I thought, hi, Albert. We both thought it'd be good to do a Q&A afterwards where you guys could ask him questions and stuff like that. So that was the plan for tonight. But then he just called me and said he's on his way home and he won't be home till 10, which is, I think, anyway, I can't remember the time thing, but he said it'd be too late. And he's got to be to work at 5 in the morning. So anyway, we decided to do it another night. So we'll reschedule it for a time when he's for sure he can come. And I apologize to everybody. But anyway, how are you guys doing? How is everybody? How's the life in the critical movement? I hope you guys, I don't know if any of you live in LA or not. I'm really bad at names and locations. I can't remember if any of you are, but any of the LA people should definitely drive around and see the billboards. There's 18 of them up now. Excuse me. And the other thing is that Claire Headley asked if anybody would, if you do go to them, if you take a photograph and send it to them at the at Anonymous, she would appreciate it, because then they get more photographs and different photographs of people there. So there you go. So why do they have up these billboards? The biggest reason is, like, Phil came up with the idea. Phil Jones, he has two children that are in Scientology, and of course they won't talk to him, which is ridiculous because he's a wonderful guy. And anyway, that's the way it is. So he put up one billboard about, I think, a year ago or so, and they took it down within 48 hours. They had it down. Hey, JV808, hi. Hi, Mary Dose. I'm sorry, you guys, that Dylan can't make it tonight, but he will come another night. Florida, hope the billboards are next. Oh, in Florida, I did mention Tampa Airport would be great for all Scientologists. Ooh, leaving the airport and heading to Flag. That is a great idea. You should definitely get together with some people there and see if you can get that going, because there's a few big areas where I think it'd really pop. But that's one of them for sure. You got to get billboards in Tampa. That would be fantastic. Or Clearwater, have them right in Clearwater. See, that's the thing they did here that was really brilliant. They didn't put them anywhere. See, the first one was put on property that was sort of like right behind Scientology's own property. So they were able to pressure them to take it down. But these ones are all on just regular streets, right? Like a regular billboard. It's on a regular street. And they're smaller. So they're not too big. You know what I mean? And it's fun to find them. It is. It's fun to go around and search around and find them. But it would be cool. That was the other thing they did, was put them on rows that watched. This one lady took care of it, and she found where all the buses traveled, and she put the billboards on those streets. And because of the way LA is designed, it's sort of like you can't get away from them. Do you know what I mean? They could say, all right, we'll take this other street, but there's billboards over there. And okay, we'll take this other street. Well, there are billboards over there. It's really good. Hey, Cajun Country Travels. Thank you. Yeah, thank you all for coming by. I was going to do an interview with Dylan Gill, like I said, but he's a great dad, and he has 2 sons, and they went to a game. Apparently, the game was changed to today. And then he called me and he said, honestly, I won't get home till, or he texted me and said, I won't be home till 10. And he has to get up at 5 in the morning to work. So I said, we'll just do it in a different time. Everybody will be okay on it. It's cool. So I thought we could talk about the billboards, because for me, they're fantastic, because they have the photographs of like Mike, Claire Headley, which most of the Sea Org know, and a lot of the public know both of them. And the other one is the Aftermath, which is some really cool quotes on it. And they all have websites, and they all have different websites. So that's good too. And they all have a very easy phone number to remember. So that's cool too. So it's, I think 888 free 0002 002. And for me to be able to remember a phone number is a miracle. So, if I can, they can, because I can't ever remember phone numbers. I'm like awful on it. So anyway, that's cool. It's really cool. And like Alex said last night in an interview with Mark and Claire and Phil, they were on YouTube, and he said, and I've said this for years. I have. That is why I started speaking out. I thought if I can just help one person, it's worth it. It's worth all the fair game that they do. And it's been amazing. It's just been totally amazing. So that's what Alex said as far as the billboards. If it just helps one person get out of the Sea Org or realize they can leave or not join. A lot of people, not a lot, but people will go to join, and it just takes a little bit of tweaking for them to realize, no, I don't want to do that. So there you go. I mean, I think I've told most people this story, but I was up on Hollywood Boulevard, and, well, 2 things happened that were really funny regarding the Sea Org. Hi. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think you guys are incredible, too. All right. It would be cool to see a big billboard with you on it pointing and saying the way out is the nearest door. I know, that would be cool. It really would. Because, they beat that into your head. The way out is the way through. The way out is the way through. So then to hear the way out is the nearest door, it could click for somebody. You never know what's going to click for somebody. But one time I was up on Hollywood Boulevard, and a Black young man looked really bummed out, and he was by a Scientology center. And I said, can I ask you a question? And he said, yeah, sure. What's up? And I said, why are you here? What's the deal? And he said, well, I'm thinking about joining the Sea organization there. And I said, really? And I said, okay, I don't mean to be rude to you, but I want to ask you a very private question. And he goes, okay. And I said, just by the color of your skin, I can pretty much count on somewhere in your genetic line, your family, not you, but some of your family were in a slave camp. Am I right or wrong? And he goes, you're right. And I said, exactly. And that is all you were joining in the Sea Org. That's what it is. It is a mini Sea Org slave camp, but it's bad. It's really bad. And he said, really? And I said, oh, yeah. And I said, let me ask you this. What do you want to do? And he said, I want to be a teacher. And I said, okay. So then here's the deal. You can see these girls are good at what they do, because you almost joined, and it's a $1 billion contract, and it's really hard to get out of. And he said, hi, Marcy. Hi, power lies to paralyze. Hey, hi. So I said, it's hard to get out of the Sea Org. I said, but if you leave right now, I will just block these people from coming after you. You run down the street, go to college, get a degree, teach kids, and have a wonderful life. And he ran down the street, said, "Thank you very much. Thank you very much." So that was one of them that was really cool. I mean, you can just kind of interrupt them, and they don't have anything to do. You know what I mean? Because it's true what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything that's not a lie. That's a lie. So the other one was these two older black men were out by the HGB. High power lies to paralyze. Um, and again, one of them went inside and one looked really bummed out. And I said, "Can I ask you a question?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "What's up? What are you doing?" And he said, "My friend just joined there." And I said, "Really? Does he want to be there? That's like a billion-year contract." And he said, "No, I don't think so. He wanted dinner. They said they'd give him dinner if he came." And I said, "Okay, go and tell him you need to talk to your friend." So he brought the friend out, and I asked him, I said, do you really want to do this? This is a billion-year contract of hard work, mostly. It's 24/7 hard work. And he said, "Not really. I came here for the dinner." And I said, "Okay, so here's the deal. You and your buddy run down the street, and there's about 10 or 15 of us, and we will make a block so they can't come after you, and you'll be safe. You just go and don't come back here again." And they took off, and they just kept turning around going, "Thank you so much. Thank you so much." It was very sweet. It really was. And I was so happy they didn't get, hammered into that for a dinner. Well, the other guy wasn't going to anyway, but the one guy was. The Horowitz, all right, billion-year contract. Every time I can almost always remember Streets LA saying that. I know, it's weird. You always look so great and put together, classy Tori. Thank you very much, Robin Meyer. Thank you, Marcy. Yeah, I know, it was pretty great. It really was. I felt great about it. That kind of thing makes me very happy, because it's really people that are in a trap and you're able to let them go. It's like a butterfly getting trapped and kind of fluttering around, and all of a sudden you open the thing and it's just like whoosh, flies out. And that's the way I feel. I feel like, it's just letting them out of their trap. The color looks good on you. You look beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Butterflies are free. See, I happened to mention that thing, and there you are. Bridge, Tori, did they chase the two guys? No, they didn't chase them out. There were 15 of us, and we made a very definite shoulder to shoulder. You're not coming after these guys. I mean, I would have called the police if they had gone after him. There's no way they were going to come after him. They knew it. It was like, don't even be thinking about it. No. You're offering this guy dinner and you're going to rope him into a billion-year contract. I was pissed off, and I told him so. No, they didn't chase him. Did you have the black Scientologists from chasing after them? Yeah, neither one of them got chased after. They're not going to chase after people. They're not, because that's like creepy. They're creepy as it is, but they're not. That's not part of their plan. They have other creepy things to do. Like once they knew that they talked to me, they knew they were gone. You know what I mean? It's like, I know they know that. It's like, wait a minute, they're talking to Tori. That's why they don't want people to talk to people that are ex-Scientologists, because they know once somebody talks to us, the game's over. They can't get them. I mean, maybe they can, but doubtful. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. Heard Christian Science different from C of S. I've never studied Christian Science, so I can't tell you. I know that they have their big anti-medical thing, which is very similar to Scientology. And I don't think they can give blood. I mean, you can die rather than give blood, I think. Isn't that Christian Science? It's another group like the LDS and JW. Yeah, it's pretty culty. Yeah. Tori, you and Streets LA should do an interview. I would love to. I don't know how to contact them. That's my problem. I would love to do an interview with him. I think it would be very cool. Thank you. Clapping for Chimidea? I don't know how to say that. Wow, thank you. Love you, Tori. Longtime fan since your early days. Wow, on YouTube in 2008. Cool. It's a ways away, huh? Maybe DM. Yeah, Jessica. Well, I have a few ways that I can get in touch with them, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The Orwoods to get Streets LA contact. Yeah. Hi, Sophie. Hey. I was going to interview Dylan. I explained to each of these people, but um, he's, like I said, he's a great father, and he has two sons, and they're on a team. And the game got switched to today, and then it went really late. So he said, I honestly, I won't get home until 10 at night. And I said, let's just do it another night. We'll reschedule it. And he said, that's good. He apologized. Christian Science holds that the physical world, including human bodies, is an illusion, and that true reality is spiritual illness, pain, and suffering are viewed as manifestations of misunderstanding or ignorance of God's spiritual truth. Well, that's one way to get around it. Because I know a lot of people that believe in God, and they're like, how could this person have this condition and God not help them? But that's one way to get around it. I sent you an email, style audit. Okay. You can look for it later. I will. Thank you. Thank you for sending it to me. Sophie, I know everybody's happy you're here, Sophie. Christian Science generally repeats conventional medical, it rejects conventional medical treatment in favor of prayer and spiritual healing. Yeah, and how's that working for them? I mean, it's the same with Scientology. I mean, I think 3 people died last week. 2 of them were suicides. I just heard it on Aaron's site. It's like, that's one thing that is really tragic for me is how many people die in Scientology. I mean, a lot of people. While I was in there, just people were dying like flies. It was awful. And what it is they won't take medical treatment. They were all going down to Mexico and using all natural treatment, and then they die. And you'd think they'd go, no, wait a minute, 900 people have died doing it natural. Maybe we should try something else. Have you heard of the Braille skateboarding and Aaron Cairo? No. Wow. Braille skateboarding and Aaron Cairo. Is that all one name? Is that a name, or is that actually an action that people do? Horowitz. Dang, that's wild. Which is wild. I don't know, skateboarding and being Braille sounds pretty scary to me. Marcy, hi, love. Power lies high. Did you hear me, Sophie, about Dylan? Did you get that? I'm going to assume you did. And if you didn't, you let me know. Aaron Cairo is a bigwig in the Scientology in San Francisco. Oh, that's a famous channel. Aaron is like a big lead in San Francisco. And he's a Scientologist. Aaron Cairo. All right, I'll check him out. Of course, he probably has me blocked. If he doesn't, he will by tonight. That's one thing you can always tell. They're still brainwashed because they have a ton of ex-Scientologists blocked. Yes, Tori, I was distracted with my boys, but I did hear it. Okay. And it's HEAR, here. I'm a horrible speller, so I love to correct people when they get it wrong. I'm so bad. One time, I think I've told you guys this, but I don't know if I've told all you guys this. Yes, ma'am. He runs Braille skateboards. Wow, that is intense. Braille meaning they're blind, right? That's intense. Hey, Danny, hi. Good to see you. Good to see you, Danny. I just saw my spelling mistake. I know, just for fun. I know you know the difference. It just was for fun. But for me, I used to always say bail when you can. When I first left, bail as soon as you can, right? And I would always spell it Bale. And this one guy was always correcting my spelling, and he was very graceful. He would always just come on back channel and go, "This is how you spell it. It's not this." Or you spelled it like this. This is how you spell it, right? So with the bail when you can, bail as soon as you can, he would always say it's Bail. And I would say, okay. And then I would continue to say Bale, because I thought bail, which it is for bail bonds where they can bail you out. So I thought, well, it can't be the same as bailing out of something, which of course it is. So he finally sent me, I think it wasn't a piece of blue sky. It was Messiah or Madman. I think he sent me that book. But anyway, you open it up and it has a photograph he drew. It's a drawing of an airplane and someone bailing out of it, and it's Bail. And then he has another guy, getting hay, and it's a big bale of hay, Bale. I never forgot it after that. It was so sweet, though. Isn't that sweet? I thought, what a sweetheart. It was really something. And JB808, are you still on here? I think he came tonight. I think I saw him pop in here. JB808. Wait. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Okay. Ooh. Bridge. Come on. I know I saw him pop on here. Your style, Bridge, Sophie. JB808, are you here or not? Just say yes or no. Ooh. I guess maybe he isn't. Darn. I thought sure I saw him. Maybe he popped in and popped out. There he is, JB808. You were there at 8:03. All right, and it's 8:23 now. So you're still here. All right, good. I wanted to tell you that phone is really classic. It is really great for someone, it's kind of designed for seniors, and it's really cool. I mean, I really like it. I haven't gotten it all set up yet, but I'm learning about it, and it's very cool. Thank you again. Good to see you, JB. Hey. Thanks, Sophie. All right, so Sophie said, link to Natalie's interview about the Aaron Cairo thing. It's very interesting. Oh, good. Yeah, can you send me that? Because I would like to see that. I really would. I used to sell jewelry around town, and one of the guys was blind, and he worked in an office. And he would buy jewelry all the time. And I went in one time and asked, where's so-and-so, his name? And they said, you'll see him next week. And I came next week and he was all bruised up. And I said, what happened? And he said he was a skateboarder up and down his street, and he knew the street back and forth, and he was always skateboarding on it. And then one time, I don't know if the kids did it, or probably the kids did it, but they left the thing that you have, the round thing. What do you call it? The thing in the middle of the street that the city can get to all the wires and things underneath it. They left that open. And so he fell into that and really got banged up. I mean, and thank God he lived, but it was pretty heavy. Sophie, I just checked real quick, it's a 2-hour interview. Wow. Actually, backstory from Rick's perspective. Gonna have to replay. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Manhole. That's right. Thank you, Marcy. I appreciate that. Yeah. Am I saying it right, Marcy, or is it Marseille? Let me know. M. Bacchus. Manhole cover. That's right. Yeah, so they had that open and he was skateboarding and went down in it. So it was a really cool interview. Okay, good. Well, those are good ones to do while you're doing something else. You can listen to it. You know what I mean? You said it right. Oh, okay, good. Good. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that, Marcy. All right. Okay, I'll listen to it too because that sounds really amazing. And he's a Scientologist? That one I might have to go up there and meet him. Because he's no doubt recruiting people into Scientology via skateboarding, I would think, if he's a Scientologist. That's one way they do it. I'm going to take a drink. I buy these packages of ice. They're like individual, different flavors. Like they have strawberry, orange, lemon, lime. Yeah, I think that's it. Strawberry, lemon, strawberry, lime. Anyway, they have red, green, and orange. That's it. But they have 24 of them for $10 at Costco. They're called ice. And they have ice. The original ice was all different colors like that. Now they've changed, ice has changed it to it's pretty much all red stuff. And then Costco has its own Kirkland. It's the same carbonated water with flavor, only it's all the different colors and flavors. So that's good. Also amazing that Michael Pena is a CFS member. I don't know Michael. Oh, he's a Scientologist for sure. Okay. Nice, Tori. Yeah. Didn't know they had different flavors of ice. Yeah, if you get the Kirkland one, it's different flavors of ice. The ice one is all pretty much strawberry and red, and it's all kind of red. But the Kirkland one is the different flavors. Yes, Tori, Aaron Cairo is a Scientologist who has this successful skateboarding company, but he's now joined the Sea Org and is, oh God, neglecting his company. The interview is with a guy who worked with him. Oh, because I was going to say he's talking to Aaron. It would seem like he'd be out. Okay. Marcy Dotes. I've seen those bags of flavored ice. No, these aren't bags of flavored ice. They're, I don't know that I have one. Yes, I do. This is what they look like. See? See, that's the Kirkland sparkling. It's just sparkling water with flavors in it. And the Kirkland one has the other flavors. The ice ones are all red like that. Yeah, try it. It's really good. The interview with Rick opens up about the backstory. Gonna have to replay. Yeah, I'll have to watch it too. It sounds really good. It does. And Friday night, Drew and I are gonna go protest because it's so hot here now. It's 90 degrees here. It's really hot. So I said, let's go picket. Protest, whatever. We're gonna go do it. We're gonna do it. On the ice drink, my sister-in-law drinks those. Yeah, I know. Once you get addicted to them, that's it. We went yesterday, Justin and I, and we got 3 big packages of them because it's so hot now. It's like, why not get a bunch of them? And then I've got tons. I've got a whole bunch for right now in my what do you call it, bookshelf that John built for me to hold my ice things in when he was alive. Hi, John. I miss him. I really do. He was a great guy. He was a roommate and a friend since the 70s. I knew him. His wife was my best friend. And one of his excuse me, their son was one of the 17 kids now that I know who've killed themselves. They have these at Sam's Club. I don't know. I never go to Sam's Club, so that one I don't know. But they're very tasty and they're certainly affordable. And they're not, they're not caffeine, so they're just carbonated water. That's all they are with flavor in them. But they're good. They're really tasty. And they're affordable too. So you get a whole bunch of them and a whole bunch of different flavors. And for me, that's a good thing. From Weight Watchers, I was 100 pounds overweight when I joined Weight Watchers in the late 90s. And by the time I escaped out, I'd lost, I think, 40 pounds. And now I've lost 100 and kept it off for, well, it'll be 15 years in June. I've kept off 100 pounds. So see? Well, this doesn't really show because it's, oh, wait. Hang on. Well, you can't see it. Huh? Goofy me. Well, anyway, it's fun to have lost it. Weight Watchers helped me a ton, and they helped me wake up too. They were the beginning of my waking up. Really, I mean, a lot of things were, but she's saying make a better choice and have a committee meeting really helped. They have sparkling ice throughout at Walmart. Okay, and yeah, I know they have them at different places. They have them at Ralph's, but they're $1 a bottle, so 24 would be $24. Whereas at Costco, it's $10 for 24. Way to go, Tori, on the weight loss. I mean, Weight Watchers and great. 27 pounds is huge. That's almost 3 10-pound bags of potatoes, which is a lot. See, a lot of people that are thinner can't even think with 27 pounds. It's sort of like, okay, whatever. But when you have them, like my husband, I lost 40 pounds and I said, hey, I lost 40 pounds. And he said, oh, good. I said, oh, good. And he was 6'2". And I said, just a second, here's 10 for 10-pound bags of potatoes. Here's 20. Here's 30. Here's 40. Now you go walk around this store for 15 minutes and then come back and tell me what you think. And he came back in about 5 minutes. He goes, wow, that is fantastic. I said, that's the right thing to say. Because you kind of have to educate people who are thinner because they have no concept of how much 27 pounds is. It's a lot of weight. She used to bring in a pound of fat and show us, it was plastic, but she said, this is the size of a pound of fat. And then she'd bring in 5 pounds, it was like a lot of weight. It was like, wow. So that's a congratulations for you. Keep going. That's my big thing. I realized I'd been on every diet in the world for my whole life. And I realized it isn't really losing the weight as much as keeping it off. So when I joined Weight Watchers, they said, those ladies are at goal weight. I said, what does that mean? And she said, well, they've lost the weight they wanted and they've kept it off. So I went right over to them and I said, what do you guys do? And they all looked up and they went, we come every week. And I thought, okay, that's it. So for years, I went every week. And now I go about twice a month. I went last week. I feel much better without all those potatoes. Exactly. It's really different. It is. You are welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for sharing that with us. Potatoes have a lot of carbs. The interesting thing is Flora, who helped me lose the 100 pounds, taught me about potatoes. Because she said you can eat 100 potatoes. If you just ate a baked potato, you can eat 100 baked potatoes and not have as many calories as if you eat one loaded baked potato at a restaurant. She had all kinds of stuff that she had in her head. She was fabulous. The only thing I regret is that I wish I had just taped her So I had all of her stories because she had all these things. But I still, like her, she had all these little phrases like, you don't check in, you check out, which is very true for overeaters or anybody with any kind of an addiction. It's like you have to check in. And, an ounce on your hips, an ounce on your lips is a month on your hips. She had all kinds of fun things. They were really good, but they were things that stick in your head. She said, if you go to dinner and they have appetizers and then a dinner, have one or the other because they're both as much calories. So either have the appetizers and don't have dinner, or have the dinner, but don't have both. If you go to Costco and eat all those little snacks all the way through, on the days they have snacks, that's your dinner. That's it. So yeah, she was really great at giving you analogies that you could keep in your head, and it really helped. Hate to say I love baked potatoes, but I'm being good. I know I like them too, but I mean I have stuff all the time. I mean I had a muffin last week, and I went and had a muffin. I think they're like 24 points or something. I didn't care. I said, once in a while. Okay. Yep. It's the butter, bacon, and sour cream that's fattening. Yeah, exactly. A loaded baked potato. Yummy. Yep. The Irish lived on potatoes at one time. They're nutritious. Exactly. That's what Flora was saying. They're actually very nutritious. It's just what you put on them that makes them unnutritious or not nutritious. Yeah, she was something else. She really was. And then she had all these charts that she would bring out that she made herself, for years. She worked there for years. It's all about portion control. That's what she said. That was the first thing she said. Make a better choice. It's just about portion control. And I pretty much do. I like Spanky and I, we eat out a lot, and because she lives really near me, and we'll go out and eat. But neither one of us can eat a whole meal anymore. We always share. We have half each, and that's plenty of food, and it's just the right amount of money. Here, $51 a week. So CFS members just ate canned baked beans. Well, they have beans and rice. So that's one of their mainstays is beans and rice. And then they have other stuff. They do have other stuff. It's just that it isn't baked beans. It's like I think refried beans. I think I wasn't in the Sea Org long enough to eat. I don't remember it. I was only in it for about 6 months. But it's not much. Whatever they eat, it's pretty bad. Oh my gosh, I remember Flora. You do? She was at the Sherman Oaks location back in the day. I was there too. I went there. Yeah. I met her at the one by Forest Lawn, that big tall building. She was on like the 15th floor. And then they moved to Sherman Oaks. And I met her there and went there. And I followed her all around because she was just fantastic. That's great, Marie. You're the first person online that's ever knew Flora that I know. So thank you. Refried beans. Yeah, I think they were refried beans. I think that's right. Yeah, John, my old roommate, was an ex-Sea Org guy, and he would make refried beans and rice every Sunday. He would make a huge, like sausage pan of beans and rice. And then he would put it in the refrigerator, and all week long he would have beans and rice and chicken, beans and rice and something else, chicken, tacos, he made all kinds of stuff because it's actually it's a complete protein, beans and rice. So, it really works to do it with other stuff. So, and it's affordable too. It's very affordable. So anyway, the Sea Org food. So anyway, if you come to LA, come around and see the different billboards because they're pretty cool. They are. You can see the photographs of them, but it's better to see them in person. We love Spanky. Wish she would appear more. She's going to do an interview with me. She said she would. That's kind of smart. pointing each other's pay, pooling each other's pay, and just batch cooking. I'm not sure what you mean, Orwitz. Are you talking about for the Sea Org or here? Can I start pooling each other's pay and just batch cooking? John and I didn't. We ate completely different things because he was renting a room here and I was doing Weight Watchers and still am. So I have my own. I don't cook, so I'm I go to the store, I get stuff, I eat it. That's it. I never cook, and that's it. It's really It's really awesome to see all the billboards. Yeah, it is. They're really cool. They are. It's fun to see them. It's really fun to see them in person. I mean, it's kind of true for any kind of art. Like I told you Gracie Slick, who was with the Jefferson Airplane in the 60s, and she was at the Egyptian live outside with her art. Her art was all up, and she's an amazing artist if you haven't seen her art. But again, probably looking at it online, it looks good, but in person, it was like, wow, you are really good. I mean, I loved it. We had a good time together. It was really fun talking to her. And I got to tell her about getting suckered into the cult after knowing her in Haight-Ashbury. She said, God, you really came full circle because now I'm out. I escaped out. Anyway, it was fun. Laura FM did a video about all the billboards. That's right. I met Gracie with her art too. Oh, cool. Were you there when the Monterey Pop Festival show was showing? Were you there at that one? Because that was really cool. The producer of that was there. Okay, so you're going to do an interview with Spanky. Yep. We all look forward to it, as I know she's not one to do interviews. That's correct. And she's really busy right now because she's moving. So it'll be a little bit down the road. It's not going to be like tomorrow kind of thing. You should do some more billboards. You should go to some more billboards and take your picture in front of them with Laura, like Laura did. Yeah, I know. I was with Spanky and Drew, and it was at 6:00 at night. So it was just sort of like the traffic was crazy. We could just barely pull in, take a picture, and then get out. So it wasn't really working then. You have to go at the right time of the day. That's cool. You knew Gracie Slick. I know. It was. I probably know her better from seeing her here at the Egyptian, but we had fun talking to each other. Oh, you met her at the gallery near Chicago. Wow, cool. I know, it's amazing how many of these older musicians, and they're like my age or even older, and they're still jumping. I mean, it's really cool to see. Yes, Sophie, that's it. It'll be cool, but I would guess it'll probably be because I know she's moving and then she's going somewhere. She's got some stuff coming up, so it'll be a little while. I love Spanky's voice. It sounds like someone I've heard on TV before. I know. She has a very, very definite voice. You can always tell. Wait a minute, Spanky's here. I think my favorite Spanky voice story was she went to buy her dog. And she went with a lady named Lee, who's since passed away. Rest in peace. But Lee was with her, and Spanky just started saying hello to the dog. But she kind of has that high-pitched voice. And the lady said, she got real upset. And she said, you can't talk to the dog like that. And Lee jumped in. She goes, that's her real voice. We laugh forever. We still laugh about it. That's your real voice. And it was perfect. It was Lee, because if Spanky tried to say it, it probably wouldn't have worked. Too funny. I know. Don't talk to the dog like that. She has a great dog, though, named Beto. And Beto, I swear to God, let's see if I can get a picture of him while you're here. I'll show you. He's so sweet. Everyone loves Beto. I mean, he's just such a sweet dog. He's like, all right, let's see. No. All right, just a second. Of course, normally whenever I pull it up, it's all Beto. He's everywhere. But now I can't find him for the life of me. Beto, 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 Beto. It's so funny. Every time I open it up, it's got Beto in it. No, I don't want a video. That's come on. Okay, here we are. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on, you guys. Just hang on just a minute. I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't care. I want you to see him. What a cutie he is. Here he is. Can you see him? Beto. Here he is looking at Spanky. He's a very sweet dog. But the cutest thing is that she'll go down the hall and he'll just watch her and watch her and watch her until she finally turns into her bedroom. And then he's like, okay, what's up, Tori? I know, he's really adorable. He's a wonderful dog. He really is. You have a pit bull puppy named Boogie. Ooh, cool. Very cool. Yep, it's a Labradoodle. That's right. Thank you for reminding me. I can never remember the name of the dog, but they're everywhere here now. I don't know about where you guys live, but Sophie, do you have Labradoodles in New Zealand? She probably is busy with the kids. Anyway, here they're all over the place, and they're, he's like kind of little, and then there's medium, and then you see these really big ones that are like, wow. They're really big, but they're very, number one, they're is it hyperallergenic, or where you won't be people who are allergic to dogs aren't allergic to Labradoodles and dogs like that because they don't shed. So that's one thing. And they're just very great temperament. I almost missed Tori's live. Hey, Cult of Scientology. Hi. I'm trying to find out, are you here in LA? Or did you answer that in the last video? I forgot. I thought somehow I have you in my head that you're here in LA. So answer me now. Now. Do, 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 do. Hero 23, hi. No, I live, oh yeah, okay, Bullhead, Arizona, that's right. I had a feeling it was like somewhere else. No, still not impossible. We could meet somewhere in between, but anyway, or if you ever come to LA, look me up. We'll go protest. They have to get haircuts, though. That is true, Mary Doe. A bunch. I think every month Beto gets his hair done. Cult of Scientology. LA is 5 hours away. Eeks. Yeah, that's a little bit long. Well, if you ever come here for something, let me know. You never know. There might be something that comes up and you have to come here for either work or your family or something. That's my plan. I'll come out and protest. Exactly. See, I want to have the billboard scavenger hunt. I don't know who mentioned that. Someone on my billboard video mentioned it. I thought that is a great idea, where we could do a scavenger hunt, start on L. Ron Hubbard Way, go in pairs or like 3s or 4s. And we all go. We get in our cars, drive around. You got to take a picture of it, take a picture of the street. And then whoever gets back first wins a prize. And then we protest afterwards. I've been down there 2 to 3 times and went to the Austin org opening. Okay, cool. So do you know Jay? Did you meet Jay when you were there? Because I think he used to protest it around the Austin org, even though he's in Texas somewhere else. Cult, so you should. You so should. And hey, you're a lot closer to LA than I am. True, Sophie. We should all rent a plane and go to visit Sophie. That would be fun. What a party we'd have. Oh, that'd be great. Well, anyway, it was fun for us to find them because they're kind of like behind bushes and stuff like that, and it's like, you look around and it's like there's one. Yeah, let's go. I know. I think that would be very fun. It would. I'm not even in the U.S. Wow. Though there unfortunately is an org in Adelaide too. Arrow 23, which country are you in? Are you in Japan? I know someone here's in Japan. Australia. Oh. Australia and New Zealand, both of them I really want to go to. Lucky dog. Well, that's wonderful. I always tell people in Australia, New Zealand, and Ireland, enjoy where you live. Because I think it's easy to take it for granted. The Orowitz, dang, haven't heard about JDSA in a long time. Hope he's doing well. Me too. I miss him. I used to stay in touch with him and talk to him on the phone and stuff like that. And then he either changed phones or something, and that's it. I haven't heard from him since. Yes, Troy, I imagine Scientology New Zealand would freak out when a plane of SPs arrived. I doubt it. There can't be that big of a thing in New Zealand for Scientology. Robin, Blown for Good posted a map, I think, of the billboards. Actually, Tony Ortega did, unless Blown for Good did a better one, because Tony's is kind of hard. It's hard to really see where they are. We need someone to just put, it's this street and this street. You know what I mean? And it's this street and this street. And kind of go, that's what I want to do. So that, unless somebody's already done it. But I mean, Laura's was good, but it'd be like, well, it's by 7-Eleven, and you're like, okay, 7-Eleven where? There's 8 million 7-Elevens here. And then she would say it's on Fountain kind of thing. But it would be helpful if we had really the street names or the address. Cool. The temperature in April alternates between sometimes hot, more often cold, but not too hot and too cold. Well, that's good. That's good. It's really pretty here now. It's really hot. It's like 90 degrees. But then Saturday and Sunday, it's going to get super cold again here. Go figure. Hi, Eric. All love from Culver City, California. Hello to you and hello to your mom. How's she doing? Is she doing well? My mom's doing fine. Good. Thank you, Eric. Tell her I said hi. Marcy says hi to Eric. Speaking of billboards, what would happen if there's literally a billboard of a squirrel right outside Big Blue? Well, they think anyone, they're kind of down on squirrels. So I don't know that would be, these are much more effective than a squirrel would be, in my opinion. All right. They have a massive building here in Auckland. Wow. It's actually the oldest org outside of the USA. It's also tax exempt, but I haven't met any of, and there's no activists that I can find. Interesting, Sophie. In the night, the window can be opened is needed to lower the temperature. That's nice. So it can't be too cold when the room is hot. Yeah. Ah, okay, Tori, said the Orwitz. I don't know what he's saying okay about. Let me see. Orwitz. Oh, from Jay. Yeah, I think he's doing well. Last time I talked to him, he was doing well. So I think he is. And I hope he is. I really like Jay. He's a really good guy. We need a billboard of Tori. No. Thank you, Eric, but no. That's the last thing I need is a billboard of me. First of all, they all hate me, so why I don't need a billboard of me. Good idea, Eric. It isn't a good idea. Let's get this canceled right away. I mean, unless you're going to pay for the attorneys, then I'll have a billboard. But otherwise, no. The Horowitz knows. Are the billboard advertising Scientology or defaming ex-Scientologists they don't like, or both? Okay. Here's Beto again. Ah, Mr. Beto. All right. Let me just get him. Stand by. Okay, so here's one. This is the one with Mike. The difference between a religion and a cult is what happens when you try to leave. And then it puts underneath it, curious? The Aftermath Foundation, ScientologyAbuse.com. That's what it says. See, that's one of them. But it's very cleverly done because it looks very much like their billboards. So I think the average person would look at it, especially Sea Org, you know what I mean? Because they think it's their billboard. Tori has had enough attacks from the cult without any billboards. Thank you, Sophie. You get that. Truth, Sophie. Okay. The no billboards of Tori. Thank you. Yeah, these guys are good with this. And I think they have attorneys and stuff like that. You know, they know what they're doing. I've had years of them attacking me. Too many. This is a good one. I don't know if you can read it or not. It says, no more child brides, no more kids in Scientology. It's a cult. And that's all in chalk on the sidewalk when we were protesting. Link to Tori's video tour of the billboard for those who haven't seen it. Thank you. Thank you, Sophie. They're advertising for anyone who needs help leaving Scientology. Exactly. That's mainly what it is. They have different ones. I think I put up the video of it's a video Claire. I guess Claire and that's fun. Here it is. The Aftermath billboards go back up in Los Angeles around Scientology properties. And it's with Claire and Mark, who flew in. And I'm not sure if Phil is here or not. And Alex is from England, I think. Yeah, there are the pictures of them there. Look at these protests, though. America is pissed off, I'm telling you. That's all the way through New York. It's outrageous. This is Chicago. That's a protest. So today, of course, he changed it for 90 days, which doesn't mean shit. This lady who has a business came on the news and said, look, 90 days is nothing for some of us that own businesses. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Okay. Scientology being attacked. Why self-sabotages their cult? Not sure. Chicago, I need to go back to visit my hometown. Me too. Me too. Just stopping by to hit the like. Thank you. That's what she said. I need to get to bed. All right. Good night, everyone. Good night to you. That's what she said. I like that. Thanks, Tori Mods, for live streaming. You are welcome. Attacky. Claire Headley's billboard is a good one. Yeah, I think they all are. They really are. But each one of them has a different person, like Claire or Mike or, let's see, it's Claire, Mike, and who's the third person? Oh, yeah, the Aftermath. That's it. So Claire and Mike are the only people, and then the Aftermath is the other one. Have a great night. That's what she said. Sweet dreams. Very nice. All right, you rascals. Well, anyway, do you have any questions for me, or should we end off for now? I'm going to do a protest Monday afternoon, so it'll be earlier. It'll be Friday. Friday, it'll be probably 5, 6 o'clock, and then we'll see how long we stay. But that should be fun. So that's what we're doing. The billboards will be more helpful than web ads since Scientologists avoid the web. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very, very cleverly done. And the graphics on it is fantastic because it looks exactly like their websites or their billboards. I should make that live on Friday. Yay. All right, good. Yeah, good. Well, I hope you guys can come. It'll be fun. I think Claire and Mike might be on them because of their high-ranking roles in the cult. If the top people leave, then it's bad. I think the top people have left, but I think the only top person that's left is Miscavige, and he's not going anywhere. But most of the executives, not all of them, but most of them are pretty much out that I know of. But I could be wrong. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But even if they, like Alex said, if we get one CEO member out, that's good. That's fantastic. And I think a lot of people will think about if they were going to join, when they see those signs, they're not going to join now. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. She was RTC, which is as top as you go. And then he was Gold. He was at Gold making the films, which I thought was really funny to hear their story, too. It's very funny. Okay, Sophie. Sorry, Tori. I mean that because they held such high positions, then people still in might remember them and think twice about why they are involved in. Yeah, I think that's true. That I think is very true. And Mike too. I think Mike is really important because he was the PR for a lot of years that I was in Scientology. Everybody knew Mike Rinder. Everybody. So, and probably a lot of them don't even know he passed away because they never tell people. So they may think he's still on staff. Who knows? They're so crazy. Osa, you're crazy. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to say goodnight for now. Thank you guys for coming by. I really appreciate it. I'm very sorry about the Dylan thing, and so is he. But we will reschedule it. Oh, definitely. He was a celebrity because he was the PR guy. He ran the PR unit. So yeah, for sure. He was very well known. You are welcome, Sophie. Thank you for being our moderator and coming on and sharing your stuff. You're always so insightful. I really appreciate it when you ask questions and things. Ooh, how nice. Thank you, Marcy. I appreciate that. Now let me think. If I go like this, oh yeah, it does. Super sticker. All right, cool. Very cool. Thank you so much. Here you go. All right. I love you too. Good night. Peace out to all of you and have a wonderful. What day are we at? We are at Thursday? No, tomorrow's Thursday. We're at Wednesday. That's the thing when you retire. It's like days. When you work, it's Monday, it's Tuesday, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But for me, it's like I don't know, whatever day it is. What day is it? Who knows? So anyway, it's tomorrow. Think of this, for Sophie, it's tomorrow. So it's Wednesday for us, but it's Thursday for her already. Kind of amazing. It's amazing, the world time. So anybody who comes afterwards and watches this, please make a comment. I really like that when everybody comments, because a lot of these are wonderful comments, but as soon as we turn it off, they go away. And so I like it when people come back and comment. It is Thursday, April 10th now in Florida. Wow. Really? Oh, yeah, because 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Amazing. BFC 123 me. That's funny. I'm always confused because it's Thursday here, but Wednesday in LA. Yeah, I only learned it because of my friend in Australia, who comes on occasionally, Dave Gibbons. And we used to wait for him to come like on Wednesday night, because Thursday before 2 is when their stats would end. So we wanted to get out any of the stuff right before Thursday. And so Dave would come on Wednesday night for us, Thursday morning for you guys, and give us the scoop on whatever was happening with Scientology. And then we would put it on the net. It was really fun. But it really got me knowing your time. Very used to it. You can change the replay settings, really? So the comments aren't deleted? How do you do that? Oh, God, Arrow. Now you're in Arizona. You can see the chat when watching later. We'll send you an email. Okay. Yeah, please do, because I can't ever. And it's kind of a bummer. It's like, there's so many good chats. All right. So please do. And thank you, Arrow, for mentioning that. And Yo-Yo's, can you put Y, like YouTube, Y2 in front of it on an email? So I'll know it's you, because it probably doesn't say Yo-Yo's. That's always my problem. Like Kelly said she was going to send me an email. I still haven't gotten it. So Kelly, if you hear this, send me an email or call me. Just call me. Yep. Okay. Tori, a while after the video publishes, the live chat will load. It doesn't do it instantly. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Sophie. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful rest of the week and weekend. And I hopefully will see most of you Friday night. And I love you all and thank you for coming. All right. Peace out. And there you go.